Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. So this is a start of a brand new series on my YouTube channel where I will be documenting the progress of trying to become a funded trader with Apex, as well as trying to keep those funded accounts and trying to earn some payouts from them. Essentially, I'm using this series as a way to video journal video my progress with Apex and my progress as a trader with these intraday trailing drawdown accounts and just trying to do my best, right? I've noticed from past series where I challenged myself in different way where I was able to grow in different ways I wasn't expecting and that I'd like to believe I would not have grown without those challenge series. So the same thing applies here. I'm just really looking forward to the growth and the lessons I can obtain from this and hopefully obviously the byproduct of earning some cash and some payout requests here. So if you haven't already, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right into it. So to start off, I do want to lay the basic foundation of what you can expect from the series. I will include this content page into the future videos so new audience members are aware of what they could expect from this series, but I'll go ahead and read it to you now because this is episode 1. So I will be talking about my update from my specific trading day or specific trading days. This could be either on a daily basis or every couple of days or maybe even a weekly basis and like condense everything into one video. I will include short-term and or long-term game plans, whether it's about price action, what I'm looking for. It could be about me using my third-party copier. It could be about how I'm handling my accounts. Just kind of anything and everything related to how I will be approaching my trading short-term and or long-term. Desired outcome, pretty self explanatory. So, right now I'm in the evaluation phase. So, the desired outcome I want is to become funded. And then, as I move into the funded phase, then the desired outcome is, of course, to keep the accounts and to reach payout. So, that will adjust depending where I'm at in my phase. I will always have my consistent statement. And for this, to keep it long story short, and I'll talk more about it as I get to that point later in this video, but basically, it's to instill positive word affirmation and to really build the confidence necessary within myself to keep it pushing. Number 5, area of improvement, and number 6, area of strength. So, as always, these types of videos or anything on my channel is really just entertainment purposes, not financial advice. Is to really document my journey and really try to learn from what I post and what I talk about. And hopefully, the future me can look back at what I've done and what I've been through, both the lows and the highs, and be proud of it and be super duper consistently profitable at that point. So for today, I went all in. I decided, you know what, it is going to be a huge news day with everything that's been going on, with the different levels we had on price, with lower highs, lower lows, as far as higher time frame went, and then also just paying attention to the way price was moving at certain levels. I just decided, let me just go all in. It's evaluation day. It's all evaluations. I have to beat the intraday trailing drawdown, take profit where I see profit, be smart about it. But most importantly, when I went into my trading session today, I fully accepted whatever losses and risk I was willing to put on the table and what I was willing to take home. This was really important for me coming to the session, not only because I was live streaming, not only because I was making the decision to do this new series, and not only because just because, but I wanted to really embrace the losses and accept the losses and the risk as well because it really helped me with staying more calm in my mind. I just started Shark Week, so I knew emotionally I was going to have just some feelings, but as long as I kept my brain as calm as I could by accepting whatever outcome was to come, regardless of anything that I did right and did wrong, it took this layer of pressure away from me that helped a lot. And I was really proud that this idea, this mentality, these thoughts of accepting and embracing all the wins, all the losses, all the risk, all at the same time, having that steady thought all the way through and being okay with it helped me throughout the whole session. And that's why, even with my Shark Week, even with what was happening on the charts, even when I was sounding excited during the live stream, I was still really able to maintain my composure mentally. And I think that's what mattered the most. And that's why I was able to perform, I would like to say, pretty decent today. So I did find myself either trading normally or I was willing to risk a bit heavier size for some scalps. So you can also see I did take this trade on stream, and then this one, I think I took this one off stream by this time. But those were two of the trades ideas that I had, whether I took part of the profit there or I took the whole thing. So for today, November 20th, 2025, this is my end result of all of my Apex evaluation accounts. So I'm going to talk about what happened and walk you through my session, and then we'll talk about the rest of the topics. So this morning, I started on stream using my third-party copier for all of my prop firm accounts. With the trades that I placed, I made roughly between $1,000 to $1,200 in profits, and I was very, very happy about that. It was a great way to start the morning for me and a great way to start the accounts. Then, as the morning went on, off stream, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and continue to trade these accounts because why not? Price is moving and grooving. Let me just participate. And so I did exactly that. I started to individually trade most of the accounts, and with doing that, it just didn't play out with my favor. Unfortunately, you can see I blew quite a few at first, and then I was able to pass a few, and then I blew a few, and then I passed a few. So it was really like back and forth. It was a pretty even 50-50 split of me being both patient and impatient. It was a 50-50 split of me being able to enter at a gray area versus a bad area. And also it was a 50-50 split of me being able to manage size well and not manage size well. So some worked, some did not. And at the end of it all, you win some, you lose some. The fact that I was able to be okay with it even coming into the session made it that much easier to accept what happened today with all this. Yes, could I have either waited for more opportunity tomorrow and or Monday to pass the accounts and still pass it by the time the lifetime PA fee sale is over? Yes, I was actually planning for that. But because I decided to keep trading, because I had the mental capacity and had a steady thought flow that I can do it, and more importantly, that I was willing to accept and embrace the risk and losses that come on the table today, that's why you see the result today. Otherwise, I would have waited to trade tomorrow and also on Monday to try to pass the accounts. So yeah, that's the results. Um, as far as the game plan goes, I'm going to continue to use the third party copier, just really depending on price action. If price is really bad, super choppy, very tight consolidated ranges, not really much going on, no clear direction, and more importantly, very bad delivery on price, then I will probably not do my third party copier and I'll just do individual trades so then I don't blow all of my accounts all at once. That's a big one. Second point is going to be if my stop loss or TP is too wide, scale to micros. I've kind of already made the decision mentally that I'm going to stick to micros anyways. I already made a post about it on YouTube by the time this video goes up. But essentially, I'm probably going to do 2 to 4 micros based on my statistics of how I trade and how many trades I kind of average now, especially on stream. I think it's pretty safe to just stick to 2 to 4 micros and then keep the account for as long as possible and work my way towards a payout versus trying to rush it. So we'll see, right? It's everything is always dependent on price action. If my stop loss and TP is small though, where it's like 20 points, 20 to 20, because I normally go for a 1 to 1 at first, and if I have runners, then I have runners. But if it's 20 point on NQ, that's $400 on one mini. I think I can bear that loss. But again, it really, really depends on price action. It's not specifically only just because it's a 1 to 1, just because it's 20 points or 30 points or 15 points. It's really just depending on price action about how I want to go about adjusting my risk accordingly. If it's too volatile, I'm going to adjust. If it's too consolidated, I got to adjust. So really, really big point in my game plan. Number 3 is, well, quite frankly, I already passed a good chunk of them today. So the game plan was to pass on news or trade them normally. So for me today, there was news. I didn't trade them on news, but there was news. Or was that yesterday? But I did trade them normally to start. And then as the day went on, I still traded pretty normally, just some more with heavier size, some not with heavier size, just kind of push and pull. But essentially, now that I've already passed a good chunk of them, I don't want to go back to square one of having to pass more. I do have 6 more that are going to be rebuild, which is why I only have 14 past here, because I thought 14 is a great safe number. 6 more are going to be rebuild later in the future anyways at a more cheaper price, because this was during the past sale at 90% off anyways. So I figured, like it's okay, just stay where I'm at and then focus on trying to build instead of trying to get back to square one, because that's going to be crappy having to start over. So desired outcome, become funded, which I am now officially funded. Once I pay the activation fees, I'll be all squared away, which I'm really, really, really happy for. Quick side note on this. that I want to include in this video to document is the greater part of 2025, I struggled with becoming funded, and most importantly, I struggled with actually locking in my payouts with Apex. The beginning part of 2025 in January, I was very close to locking in. I don't even remember how much it was, but it was five figures. It was 100% five figures in payouts with Apex. I could have had it, but I made just really silly errors that I shouldn't have made, and essentially money got to my head and all the things that I don't need to deep dive into. And so from that point, it's just been kind of like I get funded and then I don't get funded. I get funded and I'm close to payout and then I lose it. So it was really hard this year for me to become funded and most importantly get paid from Apex because of my own issues. So coming this time around, I'm really thankful to finally have this accomplishment towards the end of 2025. And then now obviously the next step is to try to push it to that payout. So the statement that I will say for myself in every single video is this: I can do this. I am doing this. I will become funded and get paid out. I am funded and I am going to get paid out. I have a strategy that I will follow. I have a strategy that I am following. So I might tweak this as needed to make it more specific, to make it a little bit more better, more positive, reaffirming, something like that. But for the most part, I always have a consistent statement in my video. And to give you a little bit more context behind this, as I was explaining in the beginning of this video, I think that words have really big impact, especially when you have repetitive things being said to you over and over. Whether someone's saying it to you, or you're saying it to yourself, or it's like thoughts in your head, or it's being written down, just constant words, I think it does have an impact on you. To give you an analogy, if someone were to tell you every single day that you are dumb, you would possibly, maybe some bit of you would start to believe that you are dumb, that maybe this person is seeing something that you're not seeing. Maybe this person thinks you're dumb because they feel a certain way around you, and so maybe you're just not capturing on that. And so same thing with this. If I can tell myself some positive, reaffirming words, something that manifests the right energy, manifests and builds confidence within myself, keeps my head on right, then why not try? I mean, it's just some words, right? It doesn't hurt to try it, doesn't hurt to see if it works. But I do believe that words have impact. And that's why I want to do this for myself. If I say negative things to myself, it brings me down. I've done this before. I'm sure you have potentially in your journey, but I've said nasty things to myself before and it's not fun. It's hurtful, it's painful, it's more degrading, and I feel like it hinders me more than it helps me. So if I can do the opposite effect by using words that are actually more positive, that are more like, yeah, Jess, you got this type of vibe, then why not? Right? Why not? It doesn't hurt to try. So I will be saying the same in every single video. And, if you haven't done it before, maybe you can do it with me and we can see how it actually impacts us. My area of improvement, I will say, is that I am more aggressive on evals. Obviously, trade how you will with your evals. It's your evals, not mine. But for me, I like to be a little bit more aggressive, and especially with Apex, the intraday trailing, take profit where I see profit. Today, I feel like I was really aggressive, hence why you see a lot of red. I think I could have done a lot better in the sense of not being so aggressive with some of them. It is what it is. It happened. But because I was so aggressive and knowing what can come from being aggressive is you blow accounts or you lose trades very quickly, you have to be okay with that. And for me, if that happens, I should not enable myself to spiral from it. The second part is to not let the action of me posting online on social media, whether it's a tweet or it's a video like this, or it's live streaming or it's journal post or whatever it is, whatever I post on social media to not impact how I trade. It's happened to me before. I don't need to get into the details. I've talked about it on social media before too about this specific topic. But essentially, my journey is my journey alone. I got to focus on my own lane. I got to focus on my own growth and really try to tune out the noise, whether it's like trolls and haters and scammers, or if it's like feeling extra motivated by seeing other people win. I love when people win. I love to see them freaking 10x and 30x and just freaking blow up. It's amazing. Blow up as far as like they are just reaching all their goals. It's amazing. I'm so happy for them, and it lights a fire in me that I can do it, that it's possible. But at the same time, what I've noticed is that when I do pay attention a lot to when people are doing amazing, is it puts a thought in my head, well, why am I not doing that? Why am I not there yet? If I've been doing it for either longer than them, and I feel like I'm growing, then why am I not growing fast enough? Or if it's someone that is doing it longer than me and clearly are much more of an expert in this thing, then it's in my head of why am I not an expert yet either? Why am I not working hard enough? So, it's really, again, push pull, comparison is a thief of joy, but that's essentially kind of the area of improvement. And that will always be a constant thing for me because kind of comes with the name of posting on social media, as well as me choosing to be more aggressive on evals. So, yeah. And then for area of strength, something that I am very proud of and that I will give flowers to myself for is, like I said, I was able to really embrace and accept my risk and my losses prior to coming into my session. And because of that, I was able to really hold really steady through the entire session, the same thought, the same mentality, the same kind of vibe all the way through. And I think that's what helped me a lot with not worrying about spiraling or feeling crappy or trading more on emotional impulse or all the things, even though I'm on my Shark Week. So, very, very proud of that. So, overall, I'd say, regardless of the blown accounts, I'm glad, very glad to be funded with Apex again. And now the next challenging part is to keep the accounts and get paid out. I know that it's going to get interesting from here, but if I can really stick to my strategy, stick to the right opportunities, then I think that I can do pretty well. I've done it before. Who says I can't do it again? So that's the mindset there. But if you guys are interested in trading with Apex, I do think this is the best sale they've had of 2025. I don't know what they have in store for Black Friday or for Christmas, but as of right now, for all the sales they've ever had in 2025, this is the best one. 80% off your first month. And for the 150, 250, 300K evals, they are currently $79.40. Once you pass your eval, it's only $40 all in for the lifetime fee. All account sizes. It doesn't matter if you have the bigger ones or the little ones, it's $40 flat. So for me, I have the 50K. I pay $37.40 for the eval. With $40, that is $77.40 all in. And that's obviously granted if I don't reset, which I didn't reset, but I did blow a few accounts. So obviously my expenses are a bit more now. But even then, if you're able to pass on your first go, it's a really, really great steal. And especially with leveraging up to 20 accounts, it's crazy. There's people in the space that have taken home hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not almost like, or like for sure, some people have taken like millions of dollars home. So yeah, it's really crazy what you can do with Apex, and that's why I think this is the best sale. And that's why I decided to participate in buying a huge stack of them and willing to trade during this time the way that I have been to try to get them passed during the sale. So if I'm not mistaken, though, this is the disclaimer. For the $40 lifetime fee, I do believe you'd have to pass by the 24th, which is when this sale ends, November 24th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. That's normally how they've done in the past, unless they make it very clear, like, hey, if you pass by this time, then the lifetime fee is applicable up into this. So they haven't said anything about that. So keep in mind if you pass your eval after the 24th, like on the 25th, I'm not sure what the lifetime fee will be. Just know that during the sale, it's $40. So yeah, I'm really excited for what's to come here. I'm looking forward to this series, like genuinely, wholeheartedly, because I'm looking forward to the documentation. I'm looking forward to talking about just my thoughts, my emotions, my trades. I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys to hear how your journey is doing. And if you're also on the same path of trying to rebuild and just get yourself ready for this next version of you, because that's what I'm doing. I'm just really excited for it all, and I'm honestly really excited to finally become funded with Apex again. Like, you guys have no idea. I was struggling so much this year trying to get funded, and I'm finally here, and I finally did it. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much in advance if you do end up using my code Jesse for your Apex accounts. But as always, I really do appreciate your time and support. I wish you guys nothing but the best and the most success in all that you do, and I will see you all in the next video.